Alright, so this is what's up. I had actually prayed for a sweetheart to take with me into the next era of my life, you know? Because I've been doing some mad manifesting, insane prosperous kind. So as I see it, I wanted to bring a sweetheart into that era with me. I didn't want to find one while I was in the middle of my gypsy rich self-proclaimed prophecy of, you know, being well-to-do and all. Excuse me. Allergies. I swear it's allergies. But as luck would have it, like my buddy, Miss Velvet Rollers, she picked me up from the no, actually she had brought me $20 for gas so I can spend my birthday with her. You know, she was one of my new my fast sister. I found we were soul tribe, our soul tribe. Met at the casino while I was cocktailing. So at any rate, she's been such a loving force in my life. She helped me get my truck back from the hospital. Even brought an extra driver, come to spend Halloween with me. That was nice. It was so much fun. I got to play a little bit of drums, got to play some music, spin some fire. Her and her buddy. It was so refreshing. And then, so she dropped me $20 to have gas to come out. And that night, the Flying Monkeys over there at the Mission Center, you know, they're the Death Marauders, had gotten a hold of my car keys, and I was looking for them. You know, man, that was a rough night. But I knew that what they do is they'll take something important and, you know, kind of have it go AWOL for a bit and then replace it. You know, it's their gaslighting and their crazy making psychopathy that they're all groomed to do. That should be concerning for everybody. So, I mean, I knew it would come up, and I was so run down, tired, you know. I mean, I've been dodging and weaving this Gestapo energy for quite some time. At the mission even. But whatever. And then so I found my spare key, plumb forgot about it, and was able to, you know, get out of Dodge there and go spend some time with, make some new friends, you know? And whenever I got there, I seen her buddy that I had met the night that she dropped off the $20. And within, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes, I knew the soul. I knew the soul. I didn't know the dude from, you know, Adam, but my soul recognized his soul. Easy peasy. And then so, as it was, I've had experience with a twin flame in the past. And, dude, me meeting this guy, that was a twin flame. And then I didn't even know that you could have another twin flame. So, oh my God. So, oh, dude, does he even have a kid in there? Yeah, that's your covert commie. They're like that. They're kind of obnoxious Archon ankle biters. They're just all like gnats. Okay, just wait till they, you know, go away. But so whenever I had met this guy, I was like, oh, another twin flame. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the template of a twin flame, but that ain't all glorious. But man, it calls forth iron sharpening iron. I mean, I know that. This ain't my first go round. So I figured this guy smited me pretty good. Pretty good. So what I did was, I figured, well, if there's more than one twin flame, I'm going to throw that one back. And I ask God for a well-behaved one. Because they say, if you cross paths with a twin flame and they come at you toxic, then that's supposed to be a false flame. So if that's a false flame, I'm like, oh, bring on the real bacon. Yeah, so, but what it was, when it comes to dealing with malnourished low vibers, those that vibe on a low frequency as a constant, the first telltale in my litmus test is the ability to be amicable towards their conflict. Okay, so you meet resistance, might be a rough day, but my hard line in the sand is being gaslighted. If you gaslight me, that pretty much says that you don't respect me, let alone yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, I ain't got no business hanging out with you, because I don't run with that kind of mentality. So what he had done was, man, it was so magic whenever we fell into synchronicity. Then I was really impressed that he really wanted to make sure that his friend at the casino, who was, more or less stranded due to a car implications, and so my twin flame was like really pointed about getting back there. I'm like, I can respect that, sure. So I take him there, and then, I'm getting to know somebody. Okay? I'm looking at you real hard to make sure you're safe to be with. So the biggest thing for me is that if you're going to tell me something and you don't do it, I can understand friends, because we all got life, being busy and everything, but I have a whole lot of different standards for those I share myself with, He was like, monogamy. And I'm like, oh, monogamy. Because honestly, I'm so not down with monogamy. Wouldn't it be just a lot better to head into any relationship saying, fair game for you anytime, okay? All out in the open. Fair game for you, fair game for me. And I even offered that. It's like an open kind of relationship. He wanted monogamy, so I'm like, okay, since you're pushing it, I'll give it a go. Because I'm just, a hopeless romantic. I believe in the best in people. Yes, I do. And so, well, I did. My biggest thing was, okay, if this guy's pushing monogamy, he wouldn't that be stingy and selfish to have it one-sided, right? That's what my rationale was. So, fast forward, I'm sitting there dropping this dude off at the casino, because I'm going to wait. Not that that's my best place to wait for anybody. Casino. My foot was broken, still healing. I can't go inside. And why would you have a woman go inside with a cast on her foot? Anyways, so I basically said, asked him to skip out on the slot machines and come right back out after you make contact with your friend. And he said he would. And that was Oh, you gave me your word. You gave me your word. Skip out on the machines. Come back after you make contact with your dude. You know, your friend who's supposedly broken down in the parking lot that needs your help. I mean, come to find out, I don't even know if that's fucking the truth or not. Because I know what happened was I fell asleep. About an hour and a half later goes by. An hour and a half. That's a real small casino to spend an hour and a half in square footage. You can cover it in 30 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes or less. I know, because I cocktailed that casino. So I call him. He answers like on the first and second ring. I'm like, okay, I'm impressed with that. And of course, I can hear how close he's on the goddamn slots. I'm like, you kept me waiting when you agreed to skip out on the slots? That's whenever everything tanked. So, he comes back. I'm livid. Very livid. I kept my composure. Can you believe that? I'm growing up. Oh, leaps and bounds. Don't tell the ex, though. he never thought well of me anyway. Hence all you gang stalkers and shit, but whatever. But, so, when he comes back, that's whenever he starts his obfuscation, you know, muddying the waters. I'm like, okay, we're going to do that, are we? I guess I'll just have to cut right to the chase. I said, you put your addictions before me. And that's how I saw it. I'm like, you promised to skip out on the machines. You said you'd make contact with your buddy and come right out. That's 2 things you gave me your word on. I believe that. And that's what I hold you accountable to. Oh, no. That's not how it worked out, though. So, well, he's inside and then comes back out and he starts his, pathological liars. They can't help themselves, can they? They embarrass the fuck out of themselves. It's like, okay, we're going to do this. Let's see what kind of game you got. So while he starts to obfuscate everywhere, saying he never promised, I'm like, just because you didn't say I promise, you did give me your word for that. That's what I had said to myself, But instead, what came out was, you put your addictions before me. Well, see, that was not acceptable to this guy. So you know what he does? He goes, I remember what the fuck he said. And anyways, he's like, I'm leaving. Took off. I'm just all like, but, what happened here? He just lied to my fucking... You said you really were into me. You said that I was refreshing. He said a lot of nice things, and I was all like, because I feel that way about you. And I did. That's what really sucks, is that I really did. Oh, goddamn, if any of you meet your fucking soulmate, twin flame, if they are not on the same level as you and they low vibing, oh boy, I wouldn't touch it with the 10-foot stick. I'd be like, that's a different kind of forbidden fruit you don't want a taste of. Seriously. Because the magnetism between me and that guy was through the roof. I'm like, oh no, that's not good. If he's a low viber, that's not good. I was like, of course he's a high vibing kind of, man, morally equipped with moral aptitude and shit. Not so much. Not so fucking much. So what happened after that, man, so he takes off, and that broke my heart. That broke my heart. Now, mind you, I have known this guy less than 24 hours, and it took, he didn't even make it until the sun had risen one time without being a lying ass snake in the grass. So I'm all like, okay, well, that sucks. Because if they got no compunction and they just go straight for the jugular after all of these confessions and shit, I'm all like, that's not good. Just walk away. Just walk away. So I'm like, I took off. What am I going to do? Sit there and be like, please don't go. Please don't go. So I take off. I'm all like, all right, you made your choice. You left. No big deal. And then so what happened after that? I took off. And then I got some text from him. Oh, what am I going to do? Come right back? Bitch, you took off on me. And on top of that, you gaslighted me. Okay. Yeah. I do not have it in my bones to gaslight anybody for any reason. I do not have a price that can be bought to gaslight anybody commercially for hire. I couldn't do that. That's like being a prostitute, Except, prostitutes have more clout than these sellouts of ethics and such. Yeah, I can't be bought to do that. Anyways, so whenever something comes at me like that to serve somebody's own self-interest, I'm all like, But the sex was amazing. How do you fight that? Oh, yeah. Well, pretty easy after a while. I just do the same thing I always do. Celibate. That seems to work so much better for me. I gave this one a go. Ugh. And then so the next day, and this is, man, I'm all like, I'd have stayed so hard out of that picture, but as luck would have it, I left my scooter in my friend's car. I have a knee scooter, and I was siphoning my stuff out to filter finding my wallet because it went AWOL. So home slice was nice. He put my scooter in a friend's car. All right, thank you very much. So I had to come back from my scooter, I had to come back for other stuff there. Because if I didn't have to come back, I'd have been like locked, sealed, and tight, not wanting to talk to nobody who make me cry like that. It broke my heart. Seriously broke my heart. I was like, after one meeting, see, that's the problem. I really have a hard time with casual sex. My heart is out to all you women that can just give it up like that, and gratify yourselves, because I see nothing wrong with it. Especially if it's on the up and up, on the open, be like, everybody knows that everybody's in an open, ethical relationship. That, I'm all like, how do you do it? That's a special power I'd like to tap into. But as it was, no, man, that's my twin flame. And I'm all like, I can do better than that. God, you can do better than that. That guy I'm a little mad at you for that. I'll get over it. God. So, meanwhile, I see him the next day. Get my shit back. And, it's like this. Anytime I try to bring up the instances of him gaslighting me, he's a very skilled, manipulative, he got a hard mask. And, well, when you see somebody's mask, it's hard to unsee it. It's like, oh, which face do you have on today, Mr. Subterfuge? That's why you get an A++ when you come at me all authentic and shit. Ugh. So, because the next day after Home Slice left me at the casino, so I take off. I'm not going to wait there. Hey, you take off on me. Commit to it, okay? Because I did. And I'm going to turn around and say, I ditched you? That is hardcore gaslighting. Ew. Really? So next time I decide to give this bloke a chance, to talk to him, we end up talking in front of a baseball field, And this time, he takes off on me again. I'm like, okay. So I take off. And that's the energy I get from this guy, But what I can see is that he paints me and vilifies me amongst his crew. So what happened here is that I get a phone call or text or whatever. It was a phone call. We were talking. He's like, well, he has it on very good word of a very intelligent person who says that I'm gaslighting him and I'm, devaluing him and discarding him. I'm like, oh my God. You know what? The first instances of you gaslighting me, that was horrific enough. But you taking a huge squat on everything? That was more than plenty for me to be like, okay. Yeah, I gave it a go. I'm done. So done. How dare you treat me like that? So, basically, as it is, I gotta go get my wallet from this crowd. But, whenever he's all like, I got it on good word, that's when I lost complete respect for him. If the other two strikes didn't do it, and it should have been the first and final one strike and that's it, But, so what I had issue with, number one, he didn't come talk to me about it. I'm not surprised. That's what sociopaths, psychopaths do. They obfuscate and just throw in more people into the mix and devalue you with their heinous lying and shit, and then tar and feather you with their peers, because they don't know me from Adam. I don't have that much time in service with them. And, if they want to believe that guy, go for it. I'm not there to cause trouble. And if you want this joker running any part of your show, I'm sure there's a heavenly bastard in there somewhere. But it becomes a different story the moment, you involve sex into the mix, So as long as any one of his friends ain't fucking him, they should be okay. They should be okay. But God bless it if you're fucking this man. He's bananas, honey. Yeah, the kind that are unaccountable for their own deceit. So, I'm the bad guy. Now I gotta go get my wallet because supposedly they'd seen that it got filtered in there from the last time. I had my wallet in my apron, and well, I banged this guy. Yes, I did. So I thought he was worth the shit. He still hadn't fucked me proper though, you know? But whatever. So what happened was, if any of his consorts of, say, was it confidence, was worth the shit, the correct answer would have been, go talk to her. Go talk to her. Instead, they tar and feathered me. But, you know, so what if they, you know, because I'll tell you something. I have such history of low-vibing females riding my coattails. What they do is that any dipshit that wanders towards me, they're gonna seduce. Because in their demented mind, they get off to feeling better than me or something. And I'm all like, no, honey, thank you. What you did was just filter out the riffraff. You can have the riffraff. I don't want those kinds. So you do me a public service. So cheers to whoever got that dick after I had it. You know, you can have it now. It's contaminated. I don't need no goddamn lemming. Because a real man will have a sense of independent, critical thinking instead of let the goddamn lemmings infiltrate and feed his head. So, you know what they did was, instead of this guy, I'm going to tell you something, not many guys get any chance with me. I'm not no street meat that just throws it all out there. I want it to be, I just have not, it's not me. I love it for it to be, but so, you know, you screwed yourself out of a noble woman, Mr. Whoever you are, Thomas Foolery. That's another Thomas Foolery. God bless it. It's not his name, but he's definitely harboring that. So, but yes, life as a TI. And, having jealous women up your ass. I haven't even told you about what happened in Houston. That's a tale for another chapter, maybe. But so, my wallet went AWOL over there. And whenever I'd gone back to look for it, I got profiled by Snohomish Police County. Yeah, they hassled me. That's a tale for a different video. Anyhow, so I pull in over here. I'm 0.3 miles away. Then my car, battery needs a jump. So I'm like, in case you don't know, a lot of fire participating in this covert communist bullshit. Yeah. They're hollowing out their ethics. Now, not every EMS and fire does it, but the template is notorious for it. So while I'll just choose to trust them, trust and verify is the verification process that has me a bit on edge. So, because I'm going to walk down 0.3 miles to this place to see if my keys are there, and hopefully this lying twin flame, I'm like, you know, my mom would say, even if you were the last man on earth and my lady bits were itching, I'd go soothe that on a pile of fire ant beds. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with it. Anyways, LiTTLe from Houston, Texas, coming at you with Speak My Piece. about this twin flame business. Yeah, he got a huge forked tongue. It's too bad he didn't use it for going down on me. I guess he's just a selfish lover after all.